Yo, what's up, dude? Want to catch some waves? Welcome to the Big Wave Beach, man. This is part 10 of the Root series. I'm now going to pass it to my less radical and more lame self. Rude. But yeah, today we're going to be doing the Big Wave Beach. And this world was an absolute pain. So if you like to watch me suffer, go grab a snack, kick back, relax, and let's get into it. Also, thank you guys for 9,000 subscribers. Day 1 introduces us to this world's gimmick. The tide. That little line of seaweed right there shows the maximum reach that the tide has for that level. When the tide rises, any plant in the way of the tide will get instantly swallowed up and insta-killed. You can prevent this by using lily pads. Oh wait, we can't use lily pads! Thankfully, we have a trick up our sleeve. Rutabaga. Rutabaga can float above the water, making him immune to the tide gimmick. He's gonna help us out a lot in this world. With the help of Rutabaga, we can easily beat the level. These levels really ramp up in difficulty super fast, because on day 2, we're already throwing a 3-flag stage. We also get a lot more zombies, and it's able to overwhelm our Rutabaga defense. So towards the end of the level, we had to rely on Primal Potato Mine. This is only the 2nd stage in the world, and it's already giving me a little bit of problems. This world gets so much worse though, so stick around. You trippin', dog, says, why did Potato Mine go to the party? Because it heard there would be plenty of root beer. Yay! Day 4 is also a 3-flag stage. However, we learned our lesson, and instead of spending all of our sun on rutabagas, we spend it on sweet potato and Primal Potato Mine to deal with the giant waves. Primal Potato Mine is really helping us out. However, in some of the future levels, the tide will engulf the entirety of the lawn. Farid Ortega says, what is Bowling Bulb's favorite Pikmin? A bulbman. Day 6 only lets us choose 2 of our plants. So who did we choose? Okay, I know what you're thinking, but let me cook. You see, day 6 introduces us to the snorkel zombie. While the snorkel zombie is under the water, he can only be hit by lobber plants, and we don't have any of them. However, when the snorkel zombie is out of the water, he can be hit by anything. The problem is, the tide reaches all the way up to the 2nd column. So that means that if we were to place Rutabaga, we would only have 2 columns where we would actually be able to do damage. So instead, I chose the super busted insta-kill, Primal Potato Mine. And with this strategy, we're able to beat the stage pretty easily. Yeah, these are the type of stages that I was talking about. The entirety of the lawn is going to be engulfed by the tide at some point in the level. So we really have to use these lily pads to our advantage. Thankfully, there is a way that we can get more lily pads. If you place plant food on a lily pad, it will create 4 other lily pads around it. As for the snorkel zombie problem, when a snorkel zombie goes to eat a plant, it will resurface until it's done eating that plant. So if we're able to place a sweet potato on a lily pad, we can stall out the snorkel zombie until the rutabagas can kill it. And that is exactly what we did, and we were able to beat the level. I'm glad they brought back gimmick levels that are exclusive to different worlds. Cause this is peak Plants vs. Zombies. This is the most fun I've had playing in the entire game. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna say it, it's even more fun than the Coconut Cannon minigame. I'm not gonna put a pun here since this level is genuinely fun. Day 9, we can't place on Dave's mold colonies. The problem is, they cover up half of the lawn that isn't gonna be engulfed by the tide. Thankfully, we get a generous amount of lily pads when the level starts out. So we can use the plant food trick to get more lily pads, and from there, we just use the same rutabaga and sweet potato trick that we used on day 7. We're able to beat the stage. Viney Nature says, what is Potato Mine's favorite Mario Odyssey character? Uproot. You don't even want to know how many tries that took me to do that SpongeBob laugh. You better be happy, Vin. You better be happy. Day 11 picks almost all of our plants. However, one of these pre-picked plants are actually the newest and last addition to the team. Bowling Bulb. We also get introduced to the Surfer Zombie. The Surfer Zombie will surf until he reaches shore, where he will impale the nearest plant with a surfboard. However, he doesn't really pose much of a threat. If he were to impale the Primal Potato Mine, the Primal Potato Mine would just explode, killing both the surfboard and the Surfer Zombie. Bowling Bulb can also deal enough damage to kill the Surfer Zombie before he reaches shore. It's a pretty easy win. Day 12 is a plan your defense stage. We test out our new Bowling Bulb by giving him some defense, which is the Charred Guard, and giving him a little bit of safety, which is the Primal Potato Mines. We also have an emotional support garlic. Wait, no! Honestly, garlic carried, you can't even deny that. Day 13 is a produce X sun level. We also can't have more than 35 plants, but that doesn't really affect us. Also, the entire lawn gets engulfed by the tide. We actually didn't use plant food to get more lily pads. We actually ended up using all the plant food on the rutabaga so we could deal with the snorkel zombies. And the rutabaga defense was actually enough to win us the stage. Random user says, why is Fat Beats vibing so much? Cause it got the beat of its life. Oh, f***. Day 15, we have to protect the endangered potato mines. But there's a problem. They're right up against the tide. So any zombie that reaches the shore will activate the potato mines. However, for the majority of the level, the tide actually goes a little bit further back. So we're able to place primal potato mines to deal with the zombies. Except for one zombie. The surfer zombie. Even blowing up the surfer zombie still causes him to drop his surfboard and impale the plant in front of him. The second attempt was looking like a definite loss until I hit this absolutely beautiful trick shot to win the level. Mower launch, boom, get the plant food, Hail Mary primal potato mine, boom, really good RNG, and we just clean up the rest, and we beat the level. Fancy Fun Guy says, how did the Roots escape prison? They planned an escape route. Day 17 introduces us to the Octo zombie, who surprisingly isn't this world's biggest op. The Octo zombie works similarly to the wizard zombie from Dark Ages. However, you can actually destroy the octopi. But there's a catch. When you kill the octopus zombie, the octopi doesn't go away. This makes them an even bigger threat than the wizard zombie from the Dark Ages. But then again, our GOAT, the tried and true primal potato mine, can one-shot blow up the octopi, freeing whatever plant is trapped. Except the rutabagas that get trapped while they're on the tide. Whoopsie number 1 Mo fan says, people in cartoons are so stupid. Like, how do they get their tongues stuck in frozen objects? Just don't garlic them. Day 19 picks almost all our plants. Of the plants that we can bring, I choose to bring the dual primal potato mines because the reasons that I've already mentioned, and they can easily destroy a whole bunch of octopi with just one explosion. This truly just goes to show how absolutely busted primal potato mine is. We literally beat this stage with only one lawnmower lost. Day 20's tide engulfs the entirety of the lawn, and they also throw in a gargantua in this stage. I used the rutabaga and sweet potato strategy for the first wave. Then during the low tide, I cleaned up a couple zombies using primal potato mine. Then all chaos just breaks loose and we had to sacrifice every single lawnmower for a clutch victory. Box says, what is Charguard's favorite Marvel character? Groot. Day 22 introduces us to this world's biggest stop. The fisherman zombie. The fisherman zombies will always spawn at the back of the lawn, meaning the only ways that we can hurt them are with either bowling bulb or rutabaga. And we need to kill him fast, because the fisherman zombie will hook a plant and pull it forward one tile. This is fine with rutabaga, but for any other plant, fisherman is a serious threat and we need to kill him fast before that plant gets hooked to their demise. Even in just the first stage of having the fisherman zombie, we barely won having to clutch up with bowling bulb at the end. Day 23, we have to protect these 3 endangered banana launchers. According to my very professional calculations, you shouldn't be able to use banana launcher because it's not a root. This is against the rules and you are cheating and I will not stand for it. As I was saying, we have to protect the 3 endangered banana launchers. And on my first attempt, I was just blasting whatever I wanted because honestly, banana launcher is a really fun plant to use. But I died to the fisherman zombie. In the future attempts, I prioritized blasting the fisherman zombie more than any other zombie. However, we still had some few slip-ups here and there, and it ended up taking us 5 attempts to beat the stage. Day 24, some more bowling, except they made it a bit harder by adding a gargantua, and that's about it. Day 25, we need to kill 10 zombies in 5 seconds, and we can't spend more than 3,000 sun. Defeating the zombies in 5 seconds is really easy and not really a problem. The major problem is not spending over 3,000 sun. Because this stage has the fisherman and octo zombie combo, and we constantly have to be spending sun to deal with the fisherman and the octo zombie. When the tide was low, I would use the cheap primal potato mine to deal with the octo zombies and every other zombie that would spawn. When the tide was up, however, I would always have to find the cheapest solution to deal with the fisherman zombies. It took us a couple of tries, and if you think that this stage was hard, there's 2 more upcoming stages that made me question whether this challenge was even possible. Random user says, what did Charguard use in the furnace? He used charred coal. Day 27. The first of 2 stages that made me question whether this challenge was even possible. Reasons why this stage sucks. Number 1. The tide engulfs all of the lawn, and we get barely any lily pads. Number 2. We only have 3 open slots counting the bonus seed slot. And number 3, the deadly Octo fisherman combo. At first, I didn't really know what to do, but after experimenting for a while, I had a plan and I had to lock in. And after beating that level, we're immediately hit with another difficult level, but easier than the last one. On day 28, we can't lose more than 5 plants. Now, on paper that sounds absolutely terrible and it's going to be super difficult. However, this stage doesn't really send out a lot of zombies. And the zombies that it does send out, we can easily take care of with Rutabaga plant food. The final wave, however, is a little bit trickier and we have to clutch up with Bowling Bulb at the end. But other than that, it's a pretty easy win. Day 29 is planar defense, and I chose this strange defense. Not sure why, but it ended up working with a little bit of support from Shard Guard, Sweet Potato, and Primal Potato Mark. I'm glad we're getting a break from all of these hard levels, son of a bitch. Day 30, we need to protect these 5 endangered guacodiles. Now on paper, this doesn't seem too tough, but at the back of the lawn, should be pretty easy to defend against. The problem is, if a fisherman were to even touch, if a fisherman's hook were to merely brush up against the guacodile, they get triggered and we lose the level. So we have to constantly be placing cannon fodder in front of the fishermen so that they don't attack our guacodiles. Not to mention, this is also a 4-flag stage, meaning we have to constantly be dealing with ambushes of zombies while also making sure that we're dealing with the fishermen before they're able to hook the guacodiles and make us lose. I lost like so many times because of the stupid fisherman zombie. And then I had an idea. You see, I used Rutabaga for the first wave because, well, it made sense. Almost the entire lawn was covered in the tide, and Rutabaga can also get close enough to deal with the fishermen. But then I remembered a plant that we overlooked, one that we forgot about, and one that would help us in this stage. Bowling Bulb. Now hear me out. He may not be what you expected. He's actually really helpful, and some of you might be saying, how are you going to deal with the first wave without Rutabaga? Guacodile is actually strong enough to deal with the first wave by himself. And when the tide goes down, we could just use Primal Potato Mine to deal with the zombies. Bowling Bulb's plant food is also busted. There's times in this level where zombies will be bunched up, and Bowling Bulb's plant food is absolutely destructive. And if we get lucky enough, we can snipe a fisherman and kill it. Although Bowling Bulb is 50 sun more expensive than Rutabaga, he still gets you your sun back. And you might be wondering how. Well, that's because Rutabaga kills zombies too quickly. And you might be saying, are you stupid? Isn't that the whole point of the game? Kill the zombies? Right, but a new wave of zombies will spawn when the previous wave's HP is below a certain percent or a certain amount of time has passed. And since Bowling Bulb kills zombies slower, we can get more sun before the next wave of zombies spawn. With all that being said, I swapped out Rutabaga for Bowling Bulb and I was still losing. Until I got this amazing run. After all those attempts for 2 hours, this was the best I had gotten. I had felt defeated. Could the root doubters be right? Were the roots simply too weak? Did Tarnished Battler all the way back from episode 3, did he know? Did he know all along that we would never beat this challenge? Was I about to lose this challenge on the second to last world? Did we go through all of that from ancient Egypt to now? Did we do all that for nothing?
Look, I know what you're thinking, but
Because Fat Beats is our first battler while the others. Was this the end?
Roots never give up. Yo, he's right.
Box says, what did the rutabaga say to scare garlic? Bamboo! And just like that, we beat Big Wave Beach, the toughest world yet. Day 27 and day 30 really made me question whether this challenge was even going to be possible. But thankfully, we're able to overcome those challenges, and only modern day lies ahead. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next and final episode of the Root series.
The Big Wave Beach was a fail. That's surprising. Modern day will be interesting, but easier than Big Wave Beach. However, we have Balloon and All Stars. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if he beats modern day. In the end, the Roots will be abandoned anyways. But oh well, we will see how modern day shall go.